Well, hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. I think they're napping right now. So, this is kind of the lull before the storm. We know next Thursday night the NFL draft kicks off. We don't have a first round draft pick, but I'm happy that we've got Amari Cooper. Possibly this Thursday, maybe sooner, we'll end up having the schedule being released, so we'll know where we're playing, when we're playing, and who we're playing, and so forth, which we can't wait for. But in the meantime, to take up a little bit of space, to take a little airtime, as we said, 143 days, 5 hours, 35 minutes, and 20 seconds away from kickoff of the 2019 season. Let me make sure I say 19. I keep slipping back into last year saying 2018. I want to do a rating for each position in the NFC East, because ultimately you've got to have the best team. You've got to have the best team that works together to be able to win, and you need to have some luck. And if you can't win your division, it's that much harder to win a Super Bowl. So everything you want needs to start out with winning your division. And the best thing you can do at this time of year is look and see each position, how you stack up with the competition. And so we're going to start with the quarterback, because if you don't have a quarterback, generally speaking, you're not going to do too well in the NFL. Now, the picture I have up here, of course, is Carson Wentz, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, and Eli Manning. We've got Kirk Cousins up here because, really, who knows who's going to be the quarterback of the Washington Redskins. At the moment, they've signed Case Keenum. They still have hope for Alex Smith, but Alex Smith probably will not be playing next year. And they may be making a move for Josh Rosen, or maybe even draft somebody. So who knows who that's going to be. Now, I, of course, am a Dallas Cowboy blogger, and I'm going to be, of course, shaded towards my Dallas Cowboys. And as I was doing my research and stuff, because I don't like to just come out here and just say, something off the top of my head, I at least like to have some numbers and facts to back up my argument. Doesn't mean it's always going to work out and be right, but at least I'll have some numbers and give you a basis for what I'm doing. And it's funny because across, where is it? Wait, here we go. Came across this Homer article from a Philadelphia Eagles site, and this was the NFC East potential power rankings of quarterback. I just want to go through this just for the fun of it. Let's expand this a little bit. Now, being an Eagles site, of course, they're going to look after their own. And they're going to start with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz as their number one, of course, because, they're Homer. I get that. Carson Wentz, who had 3,074, 21 TDs, 7 interceptions, and a 102 rating. And Pro Football Focus had him as the 14th best quarterback at 79.4. Okay, those are reasonable numbers. I will say Carson Wentz is a really good quarterback when he plays. But Carson Wentz has had injuries over the last 4 years. Yeah, the last 4 years. And at this moment, is not working out in OTAs because his body's not ready to. Sometimes your best ability is your availability. You can be a great football player, but if you can't get out on the field, it's a lot of good. Thus, Tony Romo. This is where this whole thing gets crazy to me. And I can see the argument for Carson Wentz being number one. But they have Alex Smith at number 2. Alex Smith, who still has a halo on his leg with pins holding it together after fighting an infection and may never play football again. Be that as it may, even if he were healthy, here's the interesting thing. He had 2,180 yards, 10 TDs, 5 interceptions, 85 rating, and his Pro Football Focus rating was 24th at 70.2. Okay. All right. As we go down next, this Homer group has Eli Manning Next, who had the most yardage passing in the NFC East? We'll give you that much. 4,299 yards. But here's the thing. He only had 21 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, which was the same amount of touchdowns that Carson Wentz had. And his Pro Football Focus is 64.3, 31st ranking. So we got Carson Wentz, Alex Smith, who literally has one leg, Eli Manning, who has become more of a turnover machine, and when he feels pressure, kind of hits to the ground. And we're not even sure if Eli Manning will still be on the roster next year because they may be drafting his replacement. Okay. Then at 4, we've got Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, who has 33 wins over his first 3 years in the NFL, who threw for 3,885 yards, more yards than had 22 TD passes, which was the most in the NFC East. Let me say that again one more time. Dak Prescott threw for 22 touchdown passes, the most in the NFC East. And let me add to that another stat, too. Dak Prescott, rushing TDs, was second in the NFL with 6 rushing TDs on the list. So, Dak Prescott had 28 TDs total in the NFC East to Eli's 21, to Carson's 21, to Alex Smith's 10. Okay. His passer rating was a 96.9. 6 points less than Carson Wentz. So we'll give you Carson Wentz has a better passer rating. His Pro Football Focus rating is 19th. Now, I'm kind of trying to understand one thing here. Eagles, homers. I get that you want to have your quarterback number one, because, of course, I'm going to want to have my quarterback number one. But if you have Dak rated 19th, Carson Wentz rated 14th, right? Carson Wentz is 14th. Alex Smith is 24, and Eli is 31. How is it that Dak is behind those two guys? I can't seem to understand it. And especially when you hear this part right here. Let me grab my pen. Okay. Okay. We are not getting it today. Nope. Okay. Well, right up here. Not working today. Okay. Dak was phenomenal in deep ball situations, throwing for 8 TDs and just 1 interception on 57 downfield passes for a rating of 115, 4th in the league. Unfortunately for Dak, however, those are not deep ball situations power rankings. Okay. The only reason why Dak didn't finish the season as the worst quarterback in the NFC is that Carson Wentz and Alex Smith were injured. Okay. I will say that when Alex Smith was hurt, Dak Prescott already had more touchdown passes and less interceptions than Alex Smith. And if you look at what happened with the difference of the first half of the season before AC, Amari Cooper, and after, Dak Prescott was actually playing better than Carson Wentz. And I believe head-to-head that Dak Prescott won 2 of those. So if you're asking me my ranking for quarterbacks in the NFC East, I will say Dak Prescott, because of his availability and his durability, is better than Carson Wentz. I have concerns that, or excuse me, I'm not going to say concerns. I don't think Carson Wentz will be able to take that many hits. The fact that Carson Wentz is still nursing injuries right now and not able yet to work in OTAs, the fact that their team's running game is kind of not there. They made a move. I know they got Chicago's run back. They may be better, but that team I don't think is going to be as good. I still believe Dak Prescott, best quarterback in our division. Now, I will say, we can say 1 and 1A and 1B. I'll give you that much. That I'll say that those two are the best quarterbacks in our division. After that, the Redskins got to be the worst. Case Keenum or who knows? And Eli Manning would be, well, you could almost say last A and last B, because Eli Manning definitely is a shell of himself. Eli Manning has had 2 good playoff runs behind a great defensive line that got them the ball. He did play well in those playoff games, but other than that, Eli Manning has just been kind of average. 4,299 yards, but only 21 TDs. So that is my ranking thus far. Dak Prescott and Carson Wentz right there together. Eli, and then whatever the Redskins throw on the field. So, well, next time we'll go through, we'll talk about running backs. I'm Mark Holmes, and I guarantee you that, let me see the name of the group. The Philadelphia Eagles community will be shouting back at me and saying I'm an idiot. But that's okay because, well, it's just Eagle fans. And who really listens to them? I'll see you soon.